Come on, Papa. If you can hear me, I could really use your help about now. They're also paranoid about everything related to witches. There's no way I can explain the situation away without them just saying I'm defending a witch. Even if I give them my blood, they're just going to claim I'm possessed either way. If they're going to say that I'm possessed no matter what I do, then I'll have to make sure it's not my blood that's being examined. I need a way for them to doubt the results. Papa? I've taken the sample of blood. You can come back in now.
Where's the bite mark it should have left on you? I don't see any wound.
I let it bite my leg. I didn't want people in the village knowing I had to be tested.
I can't really argue against that. We don't want to give the townsfolk more reason to stick their noses in our business.
Good heavens, it's just as I feared. It seems here that the bile of this leech contains traces of poison from the blood it's just consumed. The girl has surely been affected by the possession of a witch.
That's not possible.
Possessed?
I'm sorry to bear the news to you, but there's no other explanation for poison in a girl's blood so soon after having been taken by a witch.
But your diagnosis is wrong. The blood wasn't even mine. I took it from Father to prove that this test wouldn't be correct. So it can't make sense that...
My diagnosis wrong? Good heavens, the boldness of this girl to assume herself more of an expert than a doctor.
Your stories have become far too common an occurrence, Marlene. You can't just invent a new lie to save you every time something goes wrong.
She's been lying more frequently, you say? Making up stories? Does she often try to deceive you? I'm afraid this is further evidence that the possession of a witch has set in even more deeply. Witches are known for their silver tongues and colorful words. Deception is another magic that runs through their veins. She could have been affected by this condition for far longer than you'd even realized.
You're completely wrong about this. It's not like that at all.
Luckily, if she's kept away from the witch who did this for long enough, the witch's control will weaken and eventually break. In the meanwhile, she shouldn't be around anyone else. It's not safe for her. Or for us at that. The youth aren't so frail as to break from just a few days without food. And the alternative is to allow the possession to spread through her even further. She could become completely ensnared as a witch's thrall, or begin practicing magic herself. Compared to that, a few days of hardship is a small price to pay.
Yes. Before long, who knows what she might be doing? She could even try to raise the dead.
Help me, Papa!
This is for your own good, Marlene. Don't make this any harder than it already is.
God be with you, child. The worst will be over soon.
Where are you going? You can't leave me here. Please! Please! Three days on my own, without interacting with anyone, or food, or anything to do. I wonder if Sarah would give me a time extension if I explained everything to her. Yeah, right. I had all the conditions set up so clearly, and I still couldn't even do this. The one chance I get to make a difference, and I've already wasted it. Is that music?
You were right. Seems she hasn't betrayed you after all.
I told you she wouldn't. In this town, people like us have to look out for each other, or no one else will.
I'm so glad you're safe. I had no idea what was going to end up happening to you. Is he a friend?
He's a friend when he wants to be. This is the Pied Piper, Marlene. You should thank him. I wouldn't have been able to break you out of here without his assistance.
Thank you. You have no idea how much this means to me.
Think nothing of it. Amelia said she could use some assistance. And whenever she does, there's surely some trouble I can find myself in. A fine cure for boredom, wouldn't you agree?
I'm not so sure that I want more trouble in my life, considering how today's excitement turned out.
The Pied Piper and I are actually old friends. Closest I have to a Finn of my own, I suppose. He was meant to be visiting today during his travels, but I was busy being accused of witchcraft.
There's only so many tricks or treats I can pull on unsuspecting townfolk before even I get bored. I was planning on leaving when we ran into one another. Amelia in a chaotic panic as per usual. She's an absolute wreck of a human. Can't even be arsed to tidy up her own problems.
Hey, at least I don't cause problems for other people. Anyway, he's something of an expert tracker. He was able to make use of his skill set to figure out where you ended up.
Then you went quite far out of your way to help us, both of us. Thanks again. I definitely owe you one.
Be careful who you indebt yourself to so easily. But your appreciation is noted and recognized.
Wait, did everyone leave? I knew the physician would be busy, but Mother hadn't made any mention of going somewhere today. We'll have to escape quickly before they come back or anyone sees you here.
Not to worry on that end. Neither your mother nor the physician will disturb you. For now. I have something of a magic touch, let's say.
He can use magic? But normally they say witches are different than how he looks.
Ah, these villagers so prone to their small-town mindsets. They'll look at Amelia and see magic where none is, while I stand to the side, walking hand in hand with magic the whole time with no one to suspect me.
How kind of you to let me take the fall, while you get away with everything. There's no justice in the world, I tell you.
Not to worry, small child. My magic is attuned to my emotions. The other inhabitants will stay under my control for as long as it amuses me to have them that way. Think of it like dreaming while awake.
Even if it means owing you a favor, you didn't have to come and help me. But you did, and I'm grateful.
Let's go, we're burning daylight here.
We'd have been done faster if you were more decisive in your raid on their food supply.
Just wait, Finn. I'm almost there. You know, you both have already done so much for me. There's no need for you to risk your neck further. You should take the chance to head to a new town. One where you can start anew.
I know I promised I'd help you, and I am extremely grateful for all your help today, but I just can't go back in there. I can't do it.
And I'm not asking you to. All I ask is that you live. I assume you'll be staying with her?
Someone has to make sure trouble doesn't go finding her again.
Then this is where I leave you both. Best of luck to you both. Stay safe. When I save Finn, I'll tell him all about the both of you.
I hope she can do it.
That can't be. Isn't that the witch's hostage? We must get the witchfinder. He'll be able to get the witch's location out of a surviving victim. Poor girl. She must have been so scared.
Excuse me? I was hoping you could help me find a book I need.
I've a great many books here. You'll have to be more specific.
I actually don't know the exact title of the book.
You want help finding a book that you don't even know the name of.
It was my brother's favorite book. I've never really been one for reading, but Finn used to read all the time, so being able to get my hands on it would really mean a lot to me.
I happen to know your brother. He was a voracious reader and a charming young lad. Your brother was truly a bright mind, and losing him is a tragedy. Out of consideration of the respect he showed this place, I'm willing to help out his sister as a favor. Just this once. Finn and I discussed books on a number of occasions. Very few people in this town have the appreciation for literature that he did. Our opinions on the greatest books could be quite different, and we traded heated words on more than one occasion as a result. I'll miss those arguments. People with genuine passion for the arts become fewer with each year. It seems so few of us are left. Castle of Otranto. Not particularly a favorite of mine, but your brother enjoyed it, that's for sure.
Thank you.
I knew you'd be able to do it!
I can barely believe it. I'd heard rumors that you were wandering the streets unrestricted, and here you are indeed.
You?
Shh! Not so loud. I've a splitting headache. Probably exerting myself in diagnosing you. Which, while we're on the subject, why are you out and about in town? There's no possible way that your mother would have allowed you out after this discussion we had. She was determined to keep you in recovery. You've broken out. You've escaped quarantine, and who knows what you've done to your mother.
Oh, real? That's what you giving me?
What's going on here? Why are you accosting the girl?
She's enthralled by a witch. She escaped from her home where she was meant to be in quarantine. It's not safe to be around her.
Is that true?
No! The physician made a mistake on his blood test and couldn't admit it. The sample of blood was completely fine, and he still said it contained poison. He was wrong.
Are you a medical expert, girl? Who are you to say that I was wrong?
I might not be a medical expert, but if I were any of these people, I'd never trust you to take care of me again. You don't even know when a simple blood test has been done incorrectly.
You're really going to let the word of a witch-possessed girl make you doubt my ability? Probably the witch's thrall already affecting the lot of you. After all the services I've provided to you people over the years, to still doubt my abilities?
Then prove it. Here and now. If you're so sure that you made the correct decision, take a blood test from me, here and now.
Fine then, girl. We'll do this your way. But you'll do your bloodletting publicly this time for everyone to see. No way for you to swap out the tests or carry out any sort of trickery. If I really made a mistake, you should have nothing to fear, right? Otherwise, you can prove yourself a liar in front of the whole town. This is your last chance, child. Admit you lied, go back into quarantine. I'm sure the people here will show mercy if they know you to be possessed still. There is nothing disgusting about medical procedures. This shouldn't be possible.
Please, physician, if you would be so kind as to share the results of the blood test with the gathered villagers?
It seems that I may have been hasty in my earlier diagnosis. It is possible I have made a mistake.
While this has been a bad experience for the both of us, I don't want this to drag out any further. I just want to move on with my life. I have other things to do, so let's just forget this ever happened and not speak of it again. Good day, physician.
Not so fast, witch. I find it hard to believe that a young whelp such as yourself was able to evade and escape a seasoned witch, enthralled or not.
While Amelia did abduct me earlier, I was lucky enough to be able to escape her while she was distracted, and simply made my way back.
Enough of your lies. Do you really think that the Witchfinders don't maintain constant information about any magical events happening in town? The physician here already told me all about the results of your possession test.
Witchfinder, if I may have a word.
There will be time for discussion after the hanging.
I am afraid the child is speaking the truth. It would appear that I may have been incorrect in my original judgment. The girl was not possessed, and, as such, stands a higher chance at having escaped unharmed.
Yes, and I would agree. Unless she wasn't a victim, she was an accomplice. You may be fooled by her trickery, but I am above such deception. The only thing worse than a witch is a sorceress. Their magic is harder to contain. We will find out the truth, one way or another.
Stay strong, not afraid.
Tell me, little sorceress, where is Amelia? Is she in the forest? The call of the fire welcomed her, no? Well, she needn't go through so much trouble for her death. She can find the same fate at the end of the hangman's rope. Tell me, and I'll make your final moments as peaceful as possible.
Good sir, there's no need for this. Sorceress or not, the poison she failed to hide the first time was not a substantial amount. I truly believe the girl can be cured of her condition.
And will you volunteer your neck in her stead? Should the girl's magic prove too much for the asylum to contain? Should she escape and spread suffering through the village? Will you bear responsibility for that danger? My goal is to keep the town safe, no matter the cost. It's like with mongrels. You killed the fleas to save the bitch. And here is the biggest flea to this village yet.
Sir, please, you said yourself, I am...
I will not hear your poisonous words, girl. I spoke on your behalf only because I believed there to be a chance, however small, of saving you. If the Witchfinder claims otherwise, then it's not my place to question him.
No, you have to help me. I'm really not possessed, nor am I
I already have helped you, girl.
but there's only so much a moral man can do against the magically corrupt. Please, get it over with quickly. Seeing the children hang is always the most unpleasant.
The others will be along shortly for your escort. Until then, hold your tongue. I have no qualms with ripping it out before you hang.
Your conscience is truly a remarkable thing. You'll sit around for hours, distressed at the thought that you could have caused someone to be forced into a difficult situation, and yet here you are, dragging me into your difficulties without a single shred of guilt for it.
Would it kill you just to be a little less self-centered for once?
I'm not certain. But what I'm sure will kill me is the weight of this oppressive atmosphere you're causing. I'll be crushed under the heaviness.
You're the one to talk about heaviness. How many sweets have you been having lately? I can hear you panting from here. Maybe you need to spend more time thinking about your gut and less time thinking about my guilt complex.
Oh? Perhaps we should stop off at the town physician before we depart, so you can have your ears checked.
Marlene, what are you doing here? Marlene, what happened? You're with us now, you're safe. Whatever's going on...
I let him down. I couldn't gather his possessions in time.
In the town, the Witchfinder...
Don't come any closer to me. You hurt the Witchfinder. I'm more powerful than imagined. I've already taken my mother down. Do you think I won't take all of you down too?
Calm yourself, witch. Your quarrel is with me.
I was a danger to no one. I harmed no one. I just wanted to be left alone. Your paranoia makes you see enemies everywhere, and you make them for yourselves in the process. If you just took a second to think about what you were doing, you'd understand how blind you've been. I am going to leave, and none of you will come after me. If you do, you don't want to know what'll happen to you.
You can kill me, but others will come after you.
I don't want to kill you. I never did.
If you don't kill me, then I will come after you.
I repeat, I don't want to kill you. That won't change. But if you try and stop me, then I will do whatever it takes to stay free.
Not my sister! Run!
I can't hear him anymore. It's night. I failed, and now the Witchfinder will be after us all.
Come on, Marlene.
Have you finished crying? I'll be honest. A rarity afforded only to a few. I've never heard of magic that can restore the dead. I doubt it would have worked.
How dare you! It was real! I swear it!
Then prove me wrong. Are you going to wait here, sit around until the Witchfinder gathers his wits and his men and brings you to an otherworldly reunion? Or are you going to come with me and Amelia and try something else?
none of us are immune from making mistakes. Sometimes the things we do wrong make little difference. At other times, they'll have more dire consequences than we imagine. You cannot undo what already has been done, but you can learn from it.
Can you teach me magic?
It will be a very hard road ahead, and it will be a very long time until you are able to return. Make no mistake, the path of revenge is not an easy one to take.
Not revenge, but justice. No matter how many years it takes, I will follow this until the end, and I will return.
Call your revenge justice then, if it lets you sleep any easier. But yes, you will return. Now we must be off, lest we find the Witchfinder following in our footsteps.
Come on, Marlene, let's leave this place.